Good afternoon for once. Welcome to Messed Up Gaming. Today is our third go on the city of Rockwood. We've got our farm, we've got our new little development here growing. And what we're going to be doing today is fairly extensively building out this area here. And then we're going to move across the road, transfer some of this industrial over to here somewhere. And start growing some houses over this side. We will probably turn this roundabout, or this interchange I should say, into a double interchange, just so we can then get it onto this map a bit more. And we want to set up some better power stations over here and turn this into some high density residential and commercial. I did say last time I wanted to change this so I can get the train through, or the metro above ground through. So what we're going to do, because I want to have it come from somewhere here, probably along the top. So what I'm going to do is delete this area here. Right, and we'll clear that up. We'll get rid of that. Two schools. We will delete them as well. We'll rebuild all of this back in. Get that one away, get that one away. I'm going to de-zone anything on this road. Cool. We're going to put in houses along here. That could also be a house. We have water turmoil and electricity is running low. But what I want to do is, where's the road we're using? Where is it? Here it is. I want to go and allow 220 so I can put a path and the train along. So let's go like that. I want to allow not too many cut throughs here. I don't want this to be a thoroughfare. And I want it easy for the trade. So we're going to go down to 3. We'll go to there. I'm just going to break this connection too. Cool. We'll come along to there. And I'm thinking what I'm going to do is turn it down. Yeah, I want to keep it on. So the only people I want coming into here are the people coming over this side. I just don't want general traffic flowing in over to here. We've also got this road here that they can use. And actual fact, I might just upgrade that to make it look a bit nicer. Okay, so now we've got that, so we can get our train through the middle here, or our metro, whatever we're going to do. We will continue then to build that out. So that's 1, 2, 3. The third one will be there. Right, let's get this to go up. 1, 2, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Crossed, we'll go down to there. Awesome. And to that, what I want to do is make life easy. And I'm going to now rebuild the school that we had. Primary school, high school, they both had a park. That's not a park. That is a park. They also both had a path going next to them, and I want to put the path as close as I can. And for the meantime, I'm going to put that through there. Just to keep the walkability. I know I'm going to leave that square as it is. And another path through there. Okay, let's go back to the roads. There'll be 1, 2, 3. And I need to turn on the snapping. And let me make sure that road is actually as straight as I want it to be. Cool. And this one, that's 2. And I'm not sure where that is going to go yet, but we'll soon work that out. Right, we've got water pipes here, pretty good so far. Cool. Let's extend them up. And I'm going to extend that one up as well. It's up to the road, so I don't have to worry about that again for a while. Cool. Now, what I also want to do, we've got health clinic that side. I want to put one up here. And I'm going to put an old folks home here somewhere. I just don't know where. Yeah, I'm not really sure where I want to put another one. Come back to that. But I definitely want a fire brigade. And wherever I put a fire, I'm putting a police directly opposite. Now, we've still got massive demand here for housing. And I'm going to put some shops by the school. High school kids love shops. I'm also going to build that out as well there. Now, I do need to move over to here. Let's swing around. What is this side like for flatness? Not great. I want to build some sort of pad over this side. I'm happy for it to be built up on the road, but then again, if you're looking here and it's high, what you're going to see is industrial area. We could always put warehouse, office space in front and make it look prettier that way. Airports here. Yeah, but airports are usually near industrial areas. I know a few I've flown into are near docks and industrial areas. So what I'm going to do is break that. Now, I want to pick... That's a good height there. I reckon that'll do to begin with. I don't want to go too silly and too big. Right. So now what I want to do, because we're going to need a power station very, very soon. Let's drop this down. To there. We're going to then... Let's go up. How far up do I want to go? Which way do I want to have it? Let's go that way. We'll go across the 5. We'll bring that down here because I want to also obviously got to put in some incinerator plants. I do want to move up here though towards this area. This is really high now. But you know, that's the best I can sort of do with this game here. So what I am going to do though is get rid of that, come back to here, go flatten. See if we can get this up with a little bit nicer maybe. Let's go to contours maybe, that'll help. Which is that one. Yeah, no, that's not really going to help at all. Good there to do a level through there. Let's try that. I'm just going to save the game in case I got to come back to it. Okay, so the game has just been saved. Got the make it flat again. I want to pick this side here. We are going to just go through there. That's not as much of a rise up then. We could probably, if we're going to be doing this little interchange again, we've got plenty of money, so why don't we just do it while we're here. I've got to pause. I want to come back to there. Because I want to be able to flatten this out here properly. So let's just flatten this up to there. I'm just going to get rid of that for now as well. Okay, back to our tool, back to the contour lines. Let's go through. I'm on the wrong one. Let's pick that height there. Let's just fill in that thing there. And we will mash it through there. I am going to delete just so that, and that rock can stay there. See, that rock exists at the end of the day. We're just going to push some of this around. And actually, what I think I'm going to do, I'm not going to delete that bridge, but I am going to try to put that in just a little bit more, just to make it a little bit nicer. And we want to go from, let's call it, where do we want to do it from? Let me just smudge that out a bit more. The change is here. I could even swing that road around a bit more. So we want to then go from there to here. So let's just smooth this out here. And hopefully that's not too much of a hill. No, that looks alright. I'm happy with that. We then could almost just fill this in here, make it a little bit nicer. We'll wait till we get the road through. Am I going for money? I'm going alright still. So let's go back to our highway. We have curvy road on. Yep, that works. That works as well. I like that. The slope here is not that bad. It's a little bit... it's a little bit at the beginning, but I'm not going to flop around that bridge because it's too close to the edge of the map, and I'm going to get killed off with that. So let's just delete now. That. Let's get our interchange. The only ones we've got are these four, and they all look a bit mediocre to me. So if we were to put that... Actually, I'm going to take up two more. Oh, that almost... Right, back again. The rock is going to go bye-bye as it appears. So we're going to angle it a little bit more. And yeah, I might even just put that about there. Let's just connect our freeway back up to it. Now, if I just back that off a little, I can get a slope. Same as there. So if we go, where are the guidelines here? Cool, that's those two done. We come up to about there. Right, let's got that done. While we're here, make sure we've got noise barriers on. Cool. Make sure we're all going the right way. We are. Let's join this back on. Whoops. Which road do we have? That curve. I want to go from there. That's got a nice wiggle to it. And if we go back to our timber roads, and then we upgrade, upgrade that to 3 lanes. And we can even upgrade then that, because we just want to get people out of the city. And actually, no, I do want to have that one as that. I want to slow people down, do I? Oh, I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's go back to it. Who cares? Right, so that's the road here done. Chewing through some money. So we go back again to our roads, to our first road. Find that double one that we were using. Alright, and we go back to here. Contour lines. What I want to do is get rid of the slope and maybe build this up a bit more, even higher. So if we get that height there. Whoops, wrong one. that height there. Just push this up to around, because it's going to be a slope anyway. Might as well take advantage of the slope. And here we're just going to push that out. And what's this side to that side? You know, I'm happy with this lower level here, I reckon. So we'll just push this up to the road as well. Just get a nice edge going around on that. Cool. So that one's pushed up. Yeah, no, I'm happy with that. It looks like we're just coming up through the canyon. We've dug it out a little bit. If we go back here. Can I run that all the way across? No, I can't. I want to come in line. We want to go up 1. Nope. Let's go up 2. Nope. Let's go up 3. Beauty. And we'll put that down. We'll come down our 3 again. Right. Let's just draw this box in again. We are going to go out. Yeah, we're going to do 3s. Industrial's going to be slightly different. I'm also then going to, while we're burning through some money, let's just push this up to here. And what I'm going to do is, have we unlocked it? No, we haven't. 17,000 people. Right, we need that here. So in the meantime, what I'm going to do is move these power plants over. I'm going to have to chuck in another one. I'm just going to go an oil one here. Because we've got to get 10,000 people here. And this is ridiculous. We also need those, but we have incineration plants now. So get that going. We are going to emptying finished. I can delete that one. I want to empty. Okay, push play. And empty. Right. And here come all of those. Fantastic. Now we did have here, and I forgot to re-add this in. I want to slope from there to there, and there to there, there to there, and there to there, and that's our 8,500. Look at that. So that was 6,000 people in all of 20 minutes. That's fantastic. So we've got mill buildings, trains now, fantastic, and a hydro power plant, which I'm not really interested in. The next milestone will be 14,000, and the one I want is 16 or 17. So let's see how quick we can get over to there. How are we going here with people still? We are still growing, but we are going to run out of room, so we'll now these people here don't have electricity for some reason. Why is that? Ah, it has not jumped. Right, my mistake. So let's just go like that. And we need to put in, stupid me, to there, and that gets a whole lot going. Water. While we're here, let's just put in another poop. Let's just go 2 while we're sitting here. We'll also then go fresh water, but I'm going to have to delete some stuff here. I don't want to be coming back until we can find somewhere to put all this. I don't want to be fluffing around with this too much. And we will connect that up to there as well. Power has jumped. Awesome. So I can delete that. Cool. Now we've got power across to there. We've got our incinerations. I'm also going to be chucking in. I'm going to keep that one spare. We also need to run water across. I forgot about the water. We'll run that across to there. Right, now, if we're going to transition our disgusting over to there, I want to put officers there just to hide it, and a buffer. And then what we can do is remove some of these. And what I'm going to do is put in a row of ops blocks there and along the edge here. And let's kick it back into gear. So pretty much what I want to do is, how close do I want these people to this highway? I don't really want them that close. Yeah, I'm happy with that close. I just don't want that close, I don't think, at this stage. I'm going to leave those spaces there. We may even... Now I'm going to route the train through the middle, so we've got to stop in the middle. I'm just unsure how I'm going to route people all the way there. And I'm not sure what I have done there. I have clicked somewhere I shouldn't have. So let me just fill that in. Just soften that all out. And what I'm going to do also is just finish off my farmyard, because I was going to put in I've got police here, haven't I? Yes. So why do they want... Okay, I can't explain that, so I'm going to chuck that there. Because what is my crime rate? 16%. It's not bad. But why are they all going crime? And why is that going crime? What's the police car doing? Okay, so this side's gone no crime. But we've got police cars out and about, okay. I'm not even going to try and understand that. That's just really dumb game mechanics. We're almost up to level 5 here. We're producing amount of food. Awesome to see. And our bakery is going gangbusters. We are exporting preciously. Yeah, look at that. I'm happy with that. I am going to turn that to something and that to something just to get it to look nice. Eventually I'm going to put some paths around it, but let's keep building out our people because we've just got such a demand. That there, we will also then go No, I'm gonna go straight. Make sure we've got water coming over to here, so the next one should be about there. And what I'm going to do, because I'm assuming our unemployment's dropped off. Yes, it has, right. Do that now. We've got our industrial area over here. Yeah, that's alright. We're building industrial areas over there, including the guts out of everything. I do need to put in a university. So what we're going to do is delete those two. No, we're going to dezone that. I'm going to dezone all of that. Now I do need to leave this here. Now is that going to work? Yes, we've jumped across there. That is fantastic. So I'm going to go for a little bit of a gourmet road here. This road here is 21. Let's go 10. So about that. And what we are going to put in here is 1, a library, 2, a ginormous university, and that's got everyone dinging. We are then going to put a path through to here. Now I do need to, that is a bit wiggly woggly here. So what can I do to fix that up? Yeah, that's not, oh, well, too high. Okay, I see it. That's right, we can hide that. I don't really want to have people crossing here, but they're going to. So I'm going to turn that off. So I want to go as close to that as I can. To there. And we've already got people using this. Fantastic. Now if this does not get our education up, I'll be amazed. So I'm going to go and see if we can hide this. Isn't too bad. And that's going to go through and put down some trees, I think, afterwards. Now we've got our train coming through here, which I didn't think of. So what I will do though is go like that, and I'm going to break that one off. I will leave that there for now. Let's just put some trees in amongst. And then along the front of here, what I'm going to do is And we've got that. I saw it earlier. There we go, one more there, and oh, it's tiny. I wanted a big one. Seems to always give you trees at random. So we'll go like that. Now, how does that look? I reckon that looks pretty good. It does. Now, what I'm going to do at the back here, though, because I did see before. Kids need somewhere to sit and study. But I'm going to leave this open area open so they can play, they can do whatever they want to do. I'll just chuck some lighting in here because I know that university normally does go late at night. And put a couple lights along there. And also there. Excellent, that looks really cool. I'm happy with that. We've got tons of people walking. We've already got 700 in there. We've got 50 people visiting that. And we have people going everywhere. Awesome. Okay, let's zoom out again. So our area for commercial need is super high. Now what I want to also do is convert these roads here over. And what we're also going to do now, because we've got some residential coming back in, convert that over to that one. That one is empty. That one is not. That one is. We just have so much residential, so much commercial demand. It's just not funny. Except I do not want commercial going along the back here or there for now. And if I go back to my roads, I'm just going to build this out a bit more. And let's see, let's turn on the snapping again. Not sure what that was I hit, but let's go there. Turn that down. That is a nasty hill there. I'm not going to be doing much there. That's commercial. And put that there. Let me get rid of these rocks. That's what I was going to do as well. So while we're waiting on that to fill in, let's go back here to our highway, which I've already got. Connect up, because at the moment they've only got the only way is in and out through here. So let's give these people. Oh, I didn't notice that either. Do I have this going all the right way now? Pretty sure I do. So if we go back to here, down a couple. And I just want to flick that around. And that should work. And that should alleviate a hell of a lot of traffic. Which means I can then upgrade that road, and that road through. Now, let me just pause for a second. Because why has my city population all gone abandoned? Wow, the whole city disappeared on me. We are hemorrhaging money. We are trying to get the city to grow again. Holy crap. Right, let me just cut back some services here. Because we're going to run out of money fast. You know, I didn't actually notice that. And while we're here, we're going to bump that to 12, 12, and 12. So that was in a matter of minutes that died on me. But we are making money again, thankfully. Almost. And our people should start to come back in, I hope. Wow, that's unreal. We went from probably 15,000 people then to none. Holy moly. Well, I'm just going to pause the recording here and wait till we get back up to the population we did have, which should be fairly soon, and I'll come back to you. And we're back. So what would have seemed like mere seconds in your world was about 30 plus for me. And we transitioned almost a full year, going by the dates at the bottom here. Populations came back. We got to about $180,000 in debt, even with all the services turned off. And eventually they all streamed in, a bit slow at first, but it picked up. So we're finally making some money again. We got $7,000. And we've got 11,000 people, which is a few more, I believe, than what we had originally. But it's working again. So hallelujah to that is all I can say. And I did notice while we were gone that there was a bit messed up and icky. So let me just flop that around here just to get that nice while I'm looking at it. And also what I want to do is just to give as an out. There's my 2-lane road. No parking. To that, and obviously we've got to turn off the traffic lights. Right, that'll make that quicker. No traffic lights there, cool. And what I'm also going to do, while we're here, we've got one cut through here. I'm going to do another cut through, just to get all the traffic to equalize. You've got to give people a chance to get out onto the road, and that should do it, and also a chance for people to come in to the road. So now we've got that done, what I'm going to do, because obviously we've got a good amount of population that wants to come through, I'm going to go there and to there. That one I'm going to leave as is. We will come back though. That goes to there. We'll come up one. I'm also going to get that to turn in to there. We're slowly getting population coming back. And what I want to do is just have it ready so when it does take off and explode, we've got it. So we've got some high density residential here, which we had before. We've also got some high commercial, which is slowly building out. And what I had to do while we were away was just add in some more of the industrial over here, because I realize that once people come back, they don't come back skilled. They come back starting again. And obviously we've got to start the whole construction process again. So now that we've got that sorted and we have some money, I'm just going to grade this. So we'll just grab that, push that just out a little bit, push that down there. I'm going to come through and grade this out just a little bit. Not too much, because I do want to use back there. I just want to get rid of some of the green, or some of the grey I should say, colour. And just to make this a little bit better. So if we just come here, that's good. We'll just top that up a little bit. Now, what we've got to do here is somehow get a connection here up to the highway, which is going to come through here. So what I want to do is go from there to here. Just to get it around this little mountain pass. And then we can have our people coming up and over, and also over from there. That I reckon is going to be the best thing. What's the height there? There. Yeah, I mean, we could take the hill out, but I prefer not to at this stage. And what we are going to do is grade it from there. Oops, grade from there to there. So that we obviously can have the road up. So, let me just quickly build this. Okay, and that is done. So we've got our highway, then we just restart it again. Took me a couple of goes to get it done, but what I did end up doing was placing a tunnel through under the road. Otherwise the incline here was just ridiculous, and no trucks I could see would be doing it. Now it looks like I've got a traffic light here, and I keep getting to turn those off. I don't need one there, and I don't need one there, and that should be it. Awesome. And I also have done nothing extra there, I don't believe. Nope, just here. So that should cut down the traffic coming through here nicely now. So we've only got traffic coming through that needs to come through here, and the rest of it should be on the bridge. So let me just upgrade that. Awesome. Now we've got these two here. That is finished emptying, finished emptying. So I can bin those. I did notice before, if we go to our garbage, and the same thing is happening again. So traffic light, cursed power. Right, let's do that. We don't want to lose all our population again. That is going to be the death of me, that is. So if we just come through and we put down the road there, and I was going to carve that out, wasn't I? I was going to make it a bit nice. Or is that just not possible? Now that's probably as good as that's going to get. So let's just extend that to there. We will go officers and officers. I should get that to jump nicely when they get built. I'm going to do that there with officers as well. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here though, because that can definitely be built out again. So if we come up, and before it all starts complaining again, right, officers and officers, turn that off, and that should then get them building, and that's got it all working. Awesome. Now what I'm going to do while we're here is get this, jump across to there. So I've got two. I've got to there and to there. No matter what I do here, we're not going to be caring. I'm also going to jump from there to there. So now we've got two ways for it to go. There's no excuse now for it not wanting to jump, because I don't want to go through that again where I lose all my population. So what I've got is 3. I'm going to go there. We still don't have any demand for housing, which is amazing. I'm assuming though we just I mean, based on this, we've got so much demand for officers. Yeah, so again, let's go through, add some more. I'm gonna add some shops there. Shops add, well, mouse button before. Oops. I want to go that. Some more officers, and at the end here, if we select that, we'll see what we can generate there. And again, the same thing here. I want to put some corner stores, so people don't have to go too far for whatever they need. Corner stores. We've got a dead person there, so we're going to get rid of you. I'll put a corner store in there. Now, let's just double check everything we've got running here. So we've got plenty of power, plenty of water. Garbage is iffy. Okay. We have incinerator plants coming out the kazoo. So I guess it is time for more. Now that should get that garbage truck working. Look at that. And that should make that great. Awesome. And look at all those people with garbage being sorted out. Fantastic. Education is back under control. Awesome. We are getting highly educated. I like it because we have our university here, which is ticking along. We got a library here. We have happiness most of the time. And we have only 9 sick, 40 deceased to be collected. Right, so death care. How's this going here? That we need another cemetery here somewhere. So I think what I'm going to do is put a cemetery just there. And that should be nicely cordoned off. And yeah, that doesn't look too bad. I mean, when you're here, you're not going to be getting a huge amount of noise from that. You'll be in your own little world. Fantastic. And kids that are going to a cemetery with their parents, well, they can see the train go past once we eventually sort that out. So what is our traffic like? Traffic flow is 94%. We only have busy-ish, busy-ish. And we're doing all right. There we are. Awesome. I'm happy with that. Pollution. Well, that's crap, literally. And I don't know any other way around that. What else do we have here? Crime is 9%. Because we could probably afford to put in a fire station and a police station in here. Sorts that out. Pretty sure we got police and fire over there. Let's just put another fire station. Another fire station if I can pick the right one. Just there. And I'm also going to put one there because farmland catches fire. So we've got 2 here. 1 over there. I reckon we're good. 25%. Fire's not a big issue here. Unemployment is down to 9%. We need more, well, we have a demand for more people. So let's paint that in. And what I am going to do here is I'm going to make this. Do we want to make this commercial or not? We have lots of demand here for commercial. The tram comes through there. Let's just go like that. Right, let's just kill. that up because they're not even connected. That's not even connected. And we'll go like that. Now, what I do want to do though, actually, is let's get rid of all of those. And let's put down some high density commercial here. We're not going to be creating a hell of a lot of noise. Doesn't really matter. Our train's going to be coming through here. We are all good. I'm going to put the fire station there. The medical clinic can go there. And I'm going to leave what's there for now, just so we have jumping of power. Cool. Now that looks really good. So what I'm also going to do here is we have demand growing for residential. I want to keep our demand for residential going. So I'm going to put that there, put a little bit of shop in there. And I'm going to go for some shop along the waterway. And I think I might actually just leave that blank. And what we'll do is we will put in one park and two parks, not right next door to each other. And I'm quite happy with that there. Don't need much more. We don't want to overdo it. We have good amounts of everything. We do have some noise pollution here. But we have offices around it. We have some noise pollution there and there. A little bit here. That's noisy, surprisingly. A few little bits dotted around. We do have a highway segment. That's the wrong type. So if we click that. Good, that's quieting the noise down a bit there. I am going to go through afterwards and put trees around. Now, our population is growing, 13. We're almost at the next milestone, which is 14,000. And with any luck, we will be there soon. So 13.3, we just need a few more people to move in. So what I'm going to do is start to build down here. And I'm not going to be too respectful of this. What I'm going to do is go to that. Oh, God, I keep doing that wrong. That is the wrong angle. Let's go across one more. And then I can put that through there. And I can off that road. And I'm going to leave it like that. Put some there. And we will pull that in. So this is going to be our buffer here. Now, I'm pretty sure I did kill off a fence. Where's my fence? Here it is. So we'll put the fence back. And I might even, just for the giggles of it, just to finish this off here, put one more in there. Oh, that is garbage just piled up. Rightio. So we will do a basic row. Let's just chuck that there. And just so we make sure we got garbage coming, we'll put them there. That'll sort that out, and that gives a bit extra for the city. We have plenty of people walking through here, which is good. Then need to do a walking path down so these people here can walk to work as well. With a wiggly road, let me turn off the snapping so I can get as close as I can. Take that square then. And I'm going to go for one. Cuts through there. And that's 14,000. Fantastic. We got crematoriums. And a water treatment plant. Sensational. So what I'm going to do is, because it's been a bit of a long episode because we had that massive death wave, is I'm going to put through a bit of a time lapse of doing some greenery around places. We're going to fill this in here. I'm going to fill in around here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do down here. I might just chuck some more houses in while I'm doing it, just to fill this up a little, or we might just leave it as offices because we do have some demand. So what I'm going to do is just quickly, as part of the time lapse, chuck in some office buildings, and I'll see you on the other side. And that's the time that was done of me planting thousands of trees. Now while I was doing that, my kids did come up to me and go, "Daddy, why are you clicking the mouse so hard?" So, well, I'm trying to plant hundreds of trees here as a bit of a buffer for the noise. Yeah, you know there's a mod for that? I said, yeah, there might be, but you know, I'm trying to do this game unmodded. This go to see, because unless you experience a game in its most basic form, you don't appreciate it when you're playing with all the extras. So what I've done is to try and cut out some of this noise pollution here of this road. We've got the sound barriers, which are great, but the trees do help massively. We've got a bit of noise here, but that's a shop. That's a shop, shop, and shops. So shops are noisy, but if we've got our healthcare in here, which we pretty sure I do. There we go. There's one, another. We should be alright, I'm assuming. I do have to put down a couple of incinerators down here, just because the amount of garbage we were doing. Although I'm thinking of moving one of them back over to our industrial area, because you know, if you're gonna have incinerators, you might as well have a bucket load of them. And I'm gonna put you there. Now the other thing that we're gonna get to when we get to, and we did actually reach it, is crematoriums. So if we go to crematoriums, no pollution. Awesome. I'm going to chuck one in the industrial area. I'm going to chuck 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put one in that corner to service that area. We will go 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm assuming that's going to be sufficient for the 15,000 people we've got. We do have a massive amount of housing that is needed still. We have people that are wanting to tear in, but we've got our laneway here for our train or sub-metro when we do it. I think we're doing pretty good here. There's a bit down here, land by the water. I don't know what I'm going to do with, so I'm leaving it. We have our high density here on the hill. These guys get an awesome view of the hills in the distance and the airport when we eventually do build it. And yeah, I mean, I do want to get this train because I want to be able to pull the train into here. So we've got 2 squares, I'm pretty sure, available still. So I'm thinking of probably doing 1 square, 2 squares. Although I'm going to need 2 here for my airport. So I'm going to have a bit of a look and a feel. But thinking of building this out, and the city centre will be in here. So we have entrance of the highway because we're going to be attracting a lot of people. This, I'm thinking of just building out a wiggly road of houses and airport here, which I think should be good. And we can always do train here into the airport off of here if we can pinch it. And yeah, we'll see how we go with that. So I'll have a bit of a think of what I'm going to do next time. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. See you next time.